No. So I'm like, what's gonna happen? What? Hi friends, I am in the mood to go book shopping. It's Mother's Day weekend. My husband was like, you have the day, do whatever you want. Here I am. We're gonna go book browsing. I have some books that I may end up picking up, but some I might not. We'll just have to see. But I'm excited. Let's go. Oh, you saw just now that I started When the Day Comes by, I think you pronounce it Gabriel Meyer. It's so good. Like, it's so good. It's kind of this twist of historical fiction, magical realism, just a lot. Like, kind of suspense a little bit. It's just really, really good. So I think I'm like almost 80% or maybe over 80% of the way through that. 84. I did not let you know about that till just now, but I literally like blazed through the audiobook a couple of days ago, and as I was cleaning and stuff, we just were hanging out and I binged it. So yeah, I'm loving it. If you don't know what this series is about, there's a few books in this series, maybe 4 or 3, I can't remember, maybe 5. Who knows? I'm definitely gonna be picking up more of these, but it's about this woman named Libby. She is what's called like I think it's called like a time jumper, time hopper. I can't remember what they call it in this, but she is like a time traveler. Basically, what happens is until your 21st birthday, you basically are living in 2 different timelines. You wake up one day in one timeline, and then the next day it will be that same date in the other timeline. So her timelines are 1914 or 15, and then 1774. So it's like baby America time, and then also like basically right before World War I starts. I'm really, really loving it. I'm liking one of the timelines more. Not that I'm not enjoying my time reading it all, like I'm enjoying my time reading every time, but I am wanting her to pick one of the timelines, and I'm hoping it works out for her. But it's complicated. I heard that Gabriel Meyer is like super good at throwing in twists and like kind of crazy plot lines. So I'm excited for it. I literally have not heard one person say they haven't liked this book. So we're here for it. I am loving it. It's Christian fiction, by the way, in case you didn't know that. Now I think we're gonna go to a couple of bookstores and see what we can find and just chill. Have a little bit of a quiet day, you know? Sometimes mamas need that. I'm at Half Price Books and I just have to give a reading update already because I just read or listened to chapter 26. No! So I'm like, what's gonna happen? I don't know. Seems like an impossible way to be in the timeline that I want her to be in. I don't know. But she does give big twists, right? I don't know. Anyways, just needed you to know. My heart broke a little bit in chapter 26. Alright, let's go into Half Price Books. Well. I ended up getting some books in there. I did not get books at Half Price Books. I thought about getting the Frederick Bachman book, but I feel like I need to just get it from my library because I'm just like not 100% sure I'll love it. Although the first line, which is right here, or like the first little paragraph, was so funny to me. So I was like, oh, I don't know. So if you have read it or you've seen good reviews on it, just let me know down below what you think. But your girl got some books today. There's been a few that I'm just gonna talk and not open this right now. There's been a few that I have been wanting, so all of these have been on my radar for a while now, but I got The Stolen Heir by Holly Black. I loved the Cruel Prince series so much. And this is like a continuation slash spin-off with a younger sibling of Jude's. So, and it's finally in paperback. It's been in hardback for a long time, and all my other books by her are in this paperback. So I saw it and I was like, oh, finally! And it was buy one, get one half off. So of course I had to do it. And then to fulfill the other buy one, get one, I got Light Lark by Alex Astor. By the way, this is young adult fantasy. This is also young adult fantasy. I have heard really good things about this. It's about this like island that shows up every, is it 100 years? Yeah. The island of Light Lark appears for only 100 days to host a deadly game where the rulers of 6 realms fight to break their curses and win unparalleled power. I've heard really good things. I'll report back if it is good, or if I think it's good. And then the last one that I got was The Rose Bargain by Sasha Payton Smith. I have never read anything by this author. I don't know if this is her only book. I have no idea. First of all, the cover is super pretty, but that's not why I got it. I got it because it has been compared, which Stephanie Garber blurbed this, it's been compared to The Cruel Prince and Once Upon a Broken Heart series and The Selection, I think. And then I saw someone talking about it and it was giving them the Grace Year feels, which I loved that book when I read it a long time ago. Some of my friends have really liked it and I'm just gonna give it a try. Look at that. I am very excited to try it. Also young adult fantasy. Here's the thing with young adult fantasy. I feel like most of the time it's not going to be explicitly, you know, content that I don't love in it, like sexual content or language. Sometimes there's like a closed door scene or whatever, but I think for the most part these should be clean. I don't know. Let me know if you know differently about these, but I'm very excited for all 3 of them. I'm trying to decide what to do next. I'm thinking about maybe going to, what is it called? Full Circle Books. I think I might go over there because they do have a cafe that I could sit at and read a little bit. But I am still listening to When the Day Comes and I only have like an hour left of the audiobook and I'm like, is this how it's gonna end? I don't know. It's just interesting. So, what? I just read chapter 29 in this book. What? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I literally, when she said what she said, the narrator, I was like, what? Oh my gosh. Okay, well. Oh my. Hey, it's me again. Sitting in the same spot. I haven't gone into Full Circle yet because I literally had to sit here and listen to this audiobook to know what was gonna happen, okay? I loved it. It was so good. And then I can't do spoilers, but there was like something that happened right at the very end, and it's like, what does that mean? What does that mean? You know? I am so excited to get the next book in the series. Might have to pick it up really soon. I did order for a lifetime off of Baker Bookhouse, which is a publisher, I believe. I don't know fully, but I'll link it down below. You can find Christian fiction there, and a lot of times they're really good prices. The shipping takes a little bit longer than Amazon, but I feel like I'd rather support them than Bezos. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, let's go inside full circle. I'm just like reeling. And also like so happy. Is it realistic? No, but neither is time jumping. Neither is time jumping. That's not realistic. So I'm okay. I'm here for it. Wow. Wow. Tell you, you probably already know this by the thumbnail, but I didn't know this going into this reading vlog. I thought it was just going to be kind of a random reading vlog, but I think I'm going to read this series or like try to read as much as I can. I don't know if I'm going to read every single book, but maybe I will. I have already started In This Moment by Gabriel Meyer. This is book 2. Of course, I'm not going to give spoilers, but you know, it's hard to talk about books in a series. And something I didn't realize is that they are connected. For some reason, I thought that these books, you could kind of like read them however you wanted. No, you need to read them in order. I am loving this series. This one, you're following a girl named Maggie and her timelines. I don't know. I mean, if you don't want any spoilers about this might not be the best vlog for you. I'm not going to give anything away of like reveals or the ending or what timeline she picks or anything like that, but I will say she has 3 different timelines. The first one is in what time? 1861. And it's the Civil War. She is in a very wealthy family, and her mom has passed away, but her dad is a senator or something. So he's like always working very closely with Lincoln. So that's kind of an interesting thing. And then her other timeline is in 1941, where she is studying to become, or I guess she is like a nurse. She's a nurse. And it's right before World War I really kicks off in the United States. And then her last timeline is in 2001, like right before 9/11. So it's very interesting. I am interested to see what happens with 9/11 because you can see her timeline starts in like June or May or something. So the time is coming towards September. In these books, you know that they have to pick which timeline they want to stay in by the time they turn 21. And so whichever one they pick, they will keep on living and they will stop living in the other timelines. And I just think it's so interesting, and I'm really loving the historical aspects of it. I didn't know if I would, but I'm loving it. And I feel like I'm learning, but it's not like textbook kind of learning. Like, this is my favorite kind of historical fiction where you're learning about significant things that have gone on, but in a fictional setting or a fictional silver platter, if that makes any sense. Like, you are able to still enjoy the story. It's not like reading a textbook or anything. Anyways, all that to say, I'm loving the series. I will say, I think I connected more with the first book so far. I am like 50% of the way through this audiobook, if I'm correct, maybe more. 60% of the way through. I am in chapter 20. It's so interesting when she can see what's coming down the pike because she lives in 2001. She knows what's coming with the Civil War. She knows what's coming with World War II. And so she's able to make decisions with that knowledge. But with 2001, it's just going to completely blindside her. But in each timeline, there's kind of a love interest. I am not liking the 2001 person or the Civil War time. I think I'm liking the 1941 one better, but it is very entertaining. There is really good faith content because it's talking about God's purpose for us and his plan for our lives. And while the first female main character in the first book felt very strongly about that and just believed that, Maggie, the main character in this one, feels like she wants to believe that, but has a hard time trusting that. So I like that we're getting a different play on that, or like a different perspective on that. Maggie is very much more analytical than the typical protagonists that I read about. Like, she's just kind of a different personality, and that's okay. And she's also in the medical field. Like in 2001, she's in medical school, she's studying to be a doctor. There is a lot of focus on the medical realm of things, which I don't mind. I think it's interesting to me. But she is a lot more, I don't know, she feels like she needs to make the right decision. She is like very careful to protect herself, analytical about the decisions that she makes. So I like her. I think I just connected more with the first protagonist in the first book a little bit more, but let's keep reading. I'm just really loving this series. This is kind of unexpected. I feel like, I don't know, you know those series when you pick it up and it's like, nah, I think I'm just gonna read it. I think I'm just gonna read all these books. That's what I feel. So I know the 5th one is supposed to come out soon. Oh, it's already out. No, it's not. What is today? The 15th. Today is May 15th, and the 5th one comes out May 20th. So it's probably out by the time you see this. And then they have number 6 set to be published November 4th, which is actually my due date. If you didn't know, I'm pregnant. That's funny. It's set on my birthday, on my due date. There's just something so bingeable about them. I think it's just the story, the nature of the story too, because you're like, what's gonna happen and who she's gonna pick and like which timeline she's gonna pick, you know, all those things. So I've heard that she always does bonkers endings, which by the first book, you guys saw my reaction. I'm excited to see what she does with this one. Okay. It's the same day. I'm probably gonna finish this book. My sisters have my girls. My sister has my girls. So I'm just like chilling right now. I want to take a nap, but I don't think there's enough time for that. Chapter 21. September 11th, 2001, Washington, D.C. Which, by the way, she lives in Washington, D.C. I think in all the timelines. Definitely in the 1860s one. Oh yeah, the 40s one, the 1940s one, she's in Maryland, but her family's from Virginia. That's right. Okay. I just read chapter 21, obviously things go down. She's in Washington, D.C., and her dad works at the Pentagon. Okay? I'll just say that. I don't actually feel anxiety, but because she doesn't know what's coming, I'm like, get out! What are you doing? This is the wrong day to do this. And also it's so interesting because I was alive, obviously. Well, not obviously. I mean, I was 10 years old in 2001, September 11th. And, you know, everybody in the United States and maybe outside remembers where they were and what they were doing and all of those things. So it's interesting to like remember that day so vividly and then to have her write about it. And from the perspective of she doesn't know that it's coming. And then I'm like, what happened? What happened to her in the timeline? So obviously I'm not going to tell you, but I'm just like, what's going to happen? I don't know. I will say this Seth guy, I think his name is Seth, in 2001, I just cannot handle him. Like, I don't like him at all. Like, no part of me likes him. He's so pushy, and like she's tried to set boundaries with him, and he's like still, he doesn't care. Like he's a creep. He's a creep, to be real with you. He's not good, and I don't like him. I don't think she'll pick him. Like, that seems crazy to me. Everyone would be super mad. You would hear about it, I feel like, if she picked him. No. But the 1940s one, I'm really, really liking, even though she's about to go into some craziness here in a little bit, probably, just with the events of the time. And then the 1860s one, I'm really liking Gray. What is the man in the 40s timeline? Dr. something or other. Why am I so bad with names? Dr. Phillips. But what's his name? Zachariah. I feel like it's been hard to keep the guys straight or to actually know their names. Now I'm just like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? I don't know. You just got to learn some things about Seth. And anyways, no spoilers, but I'm going to keep reading. I am on chapter 22 now. Whew, we got a lot of book left. We have a lot of book left. It just makes me, I think it's going to amp up. This last third or last quarter of the book is going to really amp up, you know? This. It makes me sad that there was an attack in 2001, but if I know anything about the heart and soul of America, it's that no matter what she faces, she has courage and resolve to get back up and keep fighting. Man. Also, there was a quote about grief that maybe I'll try to find. So it's Maggie talking with her parents who understands what's going on with her. I'll just leave it at that. But her dad says, "Suffering is not the worst thing in the world. We all suffer. Letting your grief hold you back from living is the true travesty. It will be hard for her," talking about her sister, "but it will be hard for everyone who is there. And overcoming tragedy makes you stronger. Maybe she'll realize how very strong she truly is." But I love that line, "Suffering is not the worst thing in the world. We all suffer." I think especially in our culture, we tend to avoid any suffering or any kind of pain at all, which like maybe not even in our culture. That's just a human thing to want to avoid. But at the end of the day, it's not the worst thing in the world. And I think about the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. But then it says, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death." Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. He's still with us even in the suffering. You know? So anyways, if you can hear that snoring, my dog is snoring. I'm loving this book. Also, shocked. I shouldn't be shocked, but I am. At chapter 24, the very first part, when you realize something. Sad. It was really sad. Alright, that's all. Okay, the lighting's a little weird. We're here, okay? It's Friday. I'm thanking God that it's Friday. You know? Okay, sorry I set you down. But I did finish In This Moment, and I really liked it. I will say, I think it's about a 4-star, maybe 3.75, 4-star. I really truly did not know which timeline she was going to pick until about like maybe 90% of the way through, or 95% even of the way through. But I think I liked the first book better, but this one was a strong book. I really do highly recommend it. The faith was really good. I quoted you a couple of those lines that I was like, wow, yes. I think it was her character that I didn't connect with as much. Like, I just didn't personally connect with her like I maybe wanted to. Overall, really strong book in the series. The ending, I feel like whenever I showed you what I was reading, like chapter 24 or 25 or something, I was like, what? But then nothing too surprising happened at the end. Like, I think I was kind of expecting things to kind of, wow, what is happening with us? It's the end of the week. Can you tell? I think I was like kind of expecting things to like fly off the handle a little bit towards the end, but I think it didn't. But that's fine. I don't know why I expected that. I think just hearing people talk about her books, it's like the endings are always crazy or something. But anyways, it did give a little insight into the next book and who we're going to be following, and I do think that that is very interesting, so we'll see about that. I'm trying to decide whether I end the vlog here or if I just read this whole series in this vlog. I feel like I'm gonna end it here, but I can definitely see why this is such a popular series, why people love it so much. I gave the first book 5 stars, this book 4 stars, I would say, and I definitely do recommend it. The next one, I did actually start the audiobook for the next one. It's like aviation, like the birth of the airplane and all of that. And I'm like, I'm not really interested in that. But I will say it's also set in Salem, Massachusetts in like the 1600s. So like the Salem witch trials are going on, or like about to go on. And so that's very interesting to me. I'll be very interested to see how this author handles that and deals with that. So we'll have to see. But if you've read these and you love them, let me know which is your favorite book in the series, or what books you have read in the series so far. I would love to hear. So many people love this series, and I can definitely see why. But I hope that you've enjoyed this reading vlog and getting to come book shopping with me and all the things. I really do appreciate you watching and taking the time out of your day to watch, especially if you're watching at this point in the video. I love you. You're the real MVP. I suppose until next time, my friends, I will see you in my next bookish video. Bye!